Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Politically, I think at some point the dairy industry and the beef industry have to really be put in their place. And just like the cigarette industry has been forced to say these products cause cancer, and I think the same thing has to be mentioned by both of those industries.
Please continue watching to find out more. It is our honour to have Leong Siew Yin present our programme entitled Gastroenterologist Dr. Fredric Weiss on Plant-Strong Eating, Part 2 of 2. Ms. Leong began her career in business and later changed her focus to healthcare. She has a Master of Science in International Business as well as Management and Business Research Methods. After working in a variety of industries where she had business development and marketing related duties, she started working as a healthcare assistant for a nursing company. Currently, she is a healthcare assistant at a non-profit hospice providing end-of-life care to patients. Always interested in furthering her education, Ms. Leong has completed the second year of a 3-year course for a Bachelor's of Science degree in adult nursing at the University of Hertfordshire, UK.
Greetings, peaceful and wise viewers. I am Leong Siew Yin from graceful Perak, Malaysia. The people of Malaysia wish that you have a wonderful day. In our 2-part series, we have the privilege to share the thoughts of Dr. Fredric Weiss, an esteemed vegan American gastroenterologist who specializes in treating liver disease. He will highlight his observations on how an improper diet leads to poor health outcomes and provide advice on wisely choosing foods to improve our health and prevent diseases. The US has a diabetes epidemic with nearly 10% of the population suffering from the condition. Sadly, it is the 7th leading cause of death in the nation. Dr. Weiss does not treat diabetes but deals with patient reaction to the drug-based treatment of the disease.
A change from the basic diet of most people in America to a plant-based diet will oftentimes eliminate the elevation of fasting blood sugar, and it will eliminate the fat in the liver. And in many cases, personally in my practice, I've been able to discontinue diabetes pills by changing the patient's diet. So those pills are fraught with side effects, which sometimes lead to investigations I do, like diarrhea, abdominal pain, all kinds of weight loss and other problems that come here for evaluation, and they're due to the diabetes drugs. And so if you can somehow eliminate many of them, since actually many patients are on as many as 4 different drugs to control their diabetes, whereas all they'd have to do would be to go on a plant-based diet and eliminate all the pills. So I think it's a major emphasis that should be followed through by diabetic specialists and endocrinologists. And I don't really see enough of it when I speak to other physicians who are in those specialties. And I don't know why, but yet I do it here in my small area because it's something that I'm dedicated to. But I really think that the population needs to know these facts. And it's so easy to just take 1 or 2 more extra pills a day and eat what you want and have all the different side effects that the pills produce. I've noticed in the patients that have been able to make a switch, all of a sudden are feeling more healthy, have more energy, have less pills to take, have less weight, have better exercise tolerance, and seem to be happier in their lives.
A study appearing in the American Health Policy Journal Health Affairs found that 75% of all physician visits in the US conclude with the doctor prescribing drugs to the patient. Fortunately, Dr. Weiss sees a growing awareness in the medical community that just relying on more medications to address health issues is simply not the answer.
When I went to medical school, there was virtually no education about nutrition. And so I think that as time has gone on, there are more departments and more emphasis on nutrition in some of the medical schools. I do know that there are even certain hospitals that now have allowed vegan options in their cafeterias and obviously realize the importance of this. And plus, we've gone from 1% of the population about 6-7 years ago to 6% of the population. So veganism is the diet of the future.
We'll briefly pause here for a constructive message and then be right back. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television.
Welcome back to Gastroenterologist Dr. Fredric Weiss on Plant Strong Eating, Part 2 of 2 on Supreme Master Television. Ms. Leong will now continue presenting our interview with Dr. Weiss.
Dr. Weiss focuses on health issues related to the gastrointestinal system, which includes the stomach, liver, pancreas, gallbladder, small intestine, and large intestine. The GI tract is responsible for digesting food and transporting nutrients into our bloodstream. We asked Dr. Weiss about the common misperception that we need animal protein to have a nutritionally complete diet.
Basically, the GI system is flexible enough to adapt to any kind of diet, since many of the foodstuffs that we ingest are altered by our cellular mechanisms and made into usable proteins and sugars. We've been around as individuals for millions of years, and there were times when meat was scarce and we were basically eating fruit, vegetables, and whatever was available, and people survived. So it's really almost like a silly statement to assume that if you don't eat animal protein, you're not going to have enough protein. Well, protein is protein. To the human being, what it gets, it's able to use. And if there's not enough protein, sugars can be converted into protein in the liver and utilized, and vice versa. So the liver and the kidneys are very smart organs.
Let thy food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. This quote from the ancient Greek physician Hippocrates tells us the importance of dietary choice. According to an article published in Nutrients, an open access peer-reviewed scientific journal, the intestinal microbial profile of those adopting a vegan diet appears to show a reduced number of pathogens or disease-causing organisms and a greater abundance of protective gut flora. The benefits of plant-based eating are not limited to the digestive system. By avoiding meat, we dramatically reduce our cancer risk. For example, according to the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, a US-based public health organization, a woman's chances of having breast cancer jumps by 21% by eating just 20 grams of processed meat each day, an amount smaller than half the size of a hot dog.
I think that dietary fat intake from animal sources, has been shown to be carcinogenic. And to my knowledge, there's never been any connection between plant-based fat and cancer. So we live in a time when, whether it be environmentally induced influences or solely our diet or other causes, cancer has become rampant. And I don't think you can just blame it on the fact that we live a lot longer and therefore we're able to experience more cancer development. But I think that it's definitely good for the vascular system, and the vascular system feeds all the organs and the bones and the brain. And I think that eliminating animal protein, animal fat, has been definitely shown to reduce cardiovascular disease, and therefore would obviously also reduce other kinds of diseases such as kidney, liver, brain, and arthritic diseases due to the fact that the circulation is better.
We rely on our government to tell us by labeling or otherwise if something we can buy, like alcohol, jeopardizes our health. Dr. Weiss has a sage suggestion regarding a warning label type advisory for animal foods.
Politically, I think at some point the dairy industry and the beef industry have to really be put in their place. And just like the cigarette industry has been forced to say these products cause cancer. And I think the same thing has to be mentioned by both of those industries. And until politically some faction or party or whoever is involved can get ahead of that, can take the next step over a campaign contribution versus a death sentence for the constituents, I think it really needs to be advertised. It needs to be part of the product information.
We again would like to extend our gratitude to Dr. Weiss for providing us with his profound insights on health and informing his patients about the life-saving vegan diet. For more information about Dr. Weiss, please visit plantbaseddoctors.org/Fredric-Weiss. Beautiful viewers, thank you for your company today. Up next is the Surangama Sutra, the four clear and unalterable instruction on purity and establishing a place for awakening, part 2 of 8, on between master and disciples, right after noteworthy news. May you always be blessed with God's grace.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/HL.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/HL.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/HL.
Nossos programas oferecem vários idiomas. Acesse suprememastertv.com/schedule e suprememastertv.com/hl।
हमारे कार्यक्रम पेश किए जाते हैं कई भाषाओं में। कृपया देखें suprememastertv.com/schedule और suprememastertv.com/hl。
我们的节目提供多种语言，请看 suprememastertv.com/schedule 和 suprememastertv.com/hl。
Rancangan kami menawarkan banyak bahasa. Sila kunjungi suprememastertv.com/kehadapan-schedule dan suprememastertv.com/kehadapan-hl.
برامجنا متوفرة بالعديد من اللغات. يرجى زيارة suprememastertv.com/schedule و suprememastertv.com/hl.
В нашей программе предлагает много языков. Пожалуйста, посмотрите suprememastertv.com/schedule и suprememastertv.com/hl.
Műsoraink sok nyelvet tartalmaznak. Kérjük tekintse meg itt suprememastertv.com/schedule és suprememastertv.com/hl.